Alrighty. Misty's Izakaya. We're going to continue, ladies and gentlemen. Continue from where we last left off, which was a long time ago. September, that I last played Misty's. Played by Deteriorating Vision. An old yokai is looking for someone to hang lanterns on the yokai trail. Wednesday. Well, it is Wednesday. It still is the new year, hilariously enough. Let's feel around our feet again with Misty's Izakaya. I'm very much so looking forward to this because I feel like there's a lot for me to get to talk about after what's-his-face? After my Toho photo shoots that I got to go to and everything like that or so for AWA. There's a lot I do want to express my joy about. Is this the HOA for the yokai trail? Huh? Hello? My name is Mystia. I saw in the Bunbu Maru newspaper that you needed help. Gee. Not bad. Most youngins nowadays don't want to volunteer anymore. Why bother heading out to the yokai mountain if you can't even acknowledge your roots in the yokai trail? And also messing around with those spell cards. They have no focus nor commitment. Oh no, he's going non-stop. Speaking of, are those lanterns that need to be hung up? I'll get going right away then. Need to hang a lantern all around for 50 yen, roasted mushroom recipe, and bizarre rots. But alright, so getting on to that, I had a really wonderful time at the Toho photo shoot. I got to see people that, you know, I'd been following along on the internet for a good while, so... for a good while. I mean, I already knew you, Kappa, for instance, but seeing like Pumpkin, for example, was kind of like idol fandom in a little way of just like, I've been following your cosplay page, and even though I haven't directly interacted with you as a fan, it's like, oh, it's so cool getting to see people that, you know, I wouldn't say parasocially follow, that's the wrong word exactly, so, I'd say completely so, but rather just, you know, cosplay people I see, ooh, that's cool, and I like them, and now I'm getting to see them in real life, and they look so good, and it's just, it's cool. Same thing with, of course, you. Even though I know you still are also just somebody that I look up to on that end or so. And just, you know, seeing other familiar faces, like, what's his face? The Futo, for instance, Satya Izuyori, as in, like, the cosplayer who far more goes by the tag as Satya Izuyori, and a few other familiar faces and everything like that or so. It's so cool, dude. Okay, back to Misty's real quick. I'm here to report that I've already hung up all the lanterns. Not bad at all. You're a quick one, aren't you? I already lost this guy's sauce of his voice. However, I still have to remind you that quick temper still has its drawbacks. For example, last year, I just happened to remember that I left the stove on. I need to turn it off ASAP. Wait. Alas, youngins nowadays. Yeah, like, it's so cool to get to see that, and then getting to follow their pages and everything like that, too, or so. So it's just, you know, it's just wonderful, of course, and, well, like, I didn't get to interact with her too much, nor that I did say I've been a fan, but, like, you know, like, I'm glad to be an admirer from a distance, because that's how I feel a lot of, like, the online people that I see that aren't voice actors that I go up to for autographs are whenever I'm going to conventions, right? I want them to be able to enjoy the convention, and I'm not gonna try to fully intrude on their own time, if that made sense or so. I mean, probably not as much as like other people are considering how my own stances for people that may recognize me do approach me, and to an extent, like, especially for cosplay end, they do. But it's just like, I'm positively blushing. This is why I just love fandom stuff and everything like that or so. Okay, let me get on to the actual Izakaya segment before I start rambling about the fun I had in cosplay. You too, Sunny. I want to talk about you too when I get to it. But let me finish my little dialogue sides. Chen, have you tried the new dish in my Izakaya? How do you like it? New dish? The pork and trout kebab. That. It actually tasted pretty good. It's pretty rare to get praise from you. You didn't know, right? I was inspired by... I forgot to lock the door. I have to get going now. She's so careless. Oh, forget it then. about ingredients. The kitties come back to the den with lots of goodies recently. It looks like they found a good food source. Where? What? That place belongs to my kitties! Don't you dare steal from them! Okay. Although it might not be a big deal if I share just a little bit with you. In that case, thank you, Chen. So if you asked, so that's another thing that you can do. I didn't think we did get to do it last time, but as you raise your friendship levels with people, you can spend 30 minutes of a day to invite them to the Izakaya. It's not a guaranteed chance, but it raises their chance for visiting. You can ask them about ingredients to get ingredients specific to them, and then other things that we'll see later on. Rumia, when did you realize that fried lampreys weren't on the menu? When did I realize? I don't remember. I mean, if you realized that, you should have told me immediately. Why? Why, I mean, we're friends and all? Is that so? So, Nanoka? How can you be so unsure? Of course we're friends. We are friends. And you can see here, yeah, exactly so. So if I asked her for ingredients, I picked up this on the ground recently. It was edible. You shouldn't eat everything you find on the ground. So, Nanoka! She does say the line. It's great! You need to at least clean and cook it thoroughly. Ah, that's too much trouble. I don't want it anymore. You can take it. Cicada slows. Fair enough then. Alright, back to the Yokai Trail, everybody. I feel like that's like one of the most, like, I feel like if I think of vocal stems for Toho project, it is Sonanoka and Nides. Just Nazar and Nides. It's not anything Beat Mario says, honestly. You can just think of it that way too. Okay, let me look at my notebook real quick. Do I have any tests? No, just the main storyline. Just I've done everything else. Okay, so I can actually just kind of chill with my menu today and get back into the groove. Let's do that. Let's do that then. Let's just prepare stuff that I have a lot of. I can actually prepare all the drains, so that's chill as well. Cutting board, steamer, and pot. Nice. Okay, but getting back to that, getting back to the Toho side of things. Oh, hold on. Chen, you're early today. Please wait a bit. We're still setting everything up. Have a seat first. Hi, Crimson. Hope you're doing well. I'm not here to eat. Then why are you... Did I get the days wrong? Is it the deadline already? Misty, calm down. There's still a week left. It's not still a week left. It's only a week left. It won't be long before the deadline arrives. Why is your business still just lukewarm? As long as the deadline's not due, it's none of your business. Speaking of which, I'm here to give you some advice. If you can't pay the debt, am I not the one who must bear the loss? By advice, you mean? Hey, Misty, you can't trust her. Well, we might as well hear what she has to say. Come on! You train at a Buddhist temple, yet your temper is as rampant as your voice. How annoying! The only one I don't want to hear that from is you. You're trying to make a fortune merely with a cart. How long would that take? Our family is on good terms with yokai who are good at construction. We can help you renovate your place. This way, you can attract more guests. More guests, you say? Can you really say no to this fabulous deal? Won't you get more income if there are more guests? But Misty is our only cook. If there are more guests, she might not be able to handle them all. Oh, then it depends on how determined you are. A bigger storefront brings in more traffic and more income. If you can't take it anymore, you can also go back to using this poor little cart. Decide for yourselves. Do you want to work hard and make some real money? Or are you satisfied with solely boiling frauds? Boiling frauds? I've never tried. Misty, I think she's referring to the experiment of boiling a fraud in warm water. Does that mean I must use warm water to boil frauds? Forget about frauds! The fraud was never the point, you bird-brain Misty. I requested a construction team to help you with a new design for your Izakaya. Shouldn't you be thanking me? switching to a new cart all of a sudden. There's no need to miss this small food cart, is there? Didn't I just say? Changing to a bigger storefront means more pressure, and the only cart we have is Misty. What if I told you could freely choose the size of your Izakaya before you start working every night? Doesn't it sound great? Huh. Izakaya can achieve such a thing. Impressive. Alright. Does that settle all of your doubts? Why are you trying to help us? This feels fishy. Of course. It's so that I can make sure you can pay your debt. I'm giving you a free trial for this time only. Don't even think about getting another free trial like this in the future. Well, if we might as well try it out. Psh, you still have a brain. It's not a small project, so I'm really letting you off this time. If you want to further expand your Izakaya, you have to pay renovation fees. Oh, I may have a favor or two that you can't refuse. No, not for me. It's for your construction team and for my kitties. Well, we should have no problem if it's just that. Yeah, so we'll trust her this time? Well then, we'll try it out tomorrow. Alright, I'm finally done with yapping then, so I can chill out and yap. Yes! We love cooking games! Let me just have a sip of my water in the meantime. I'm not doing Sparrow tunes, I pressed the wrong key. Oops. But I hope you're doing well, Crimson. I hope you're doing well. So anyway, what I was going to go on about it is, actually, like, on the subject of Touhou, I think I do want to just run back the entirety of my cosplay lineup from AWA to, what's-his-face, to Momocon this coming year, just for simplicity on my own end when it comes to it, so I don't have to immediately plan when it comes to it, when it comes to the next month, because I feel like this is going to be the busiest year from my own end of being an adult, a working adult, and I'm pretty satisfied with my costumes, but I didn't get to show it off as much as I wanted to, just due to travel times a little bit, and just, you know, Momocon's gonna be bigger. I was pretty proud with all my costumes this time around, in this, this past time, and I don't think I got to show it off enough, so I want to kind of just get to flex that. It'll give me more time to help work on props and other stuff, like other amenities from my friends, and other small things, like I want to give out more ribbons to friends and all. Now it's that, or I don't remember if it was Pumpkin or Wonderful. Correct me on this, Kappa, if you remember off the top of your head. One of those two was looking to do a Misty cosplay from, oh, of course, Misty is Izakaya, so obviously. So that was cool, and I feel like I did a pretty good job with the wings. And to celebrate Misty as Izakaya and to hand out, you know, cool stuff to people at the convention, wouldn't it be cool as well? I feel like that'd be really, really fun to do, all things considered, or so. But anyway, hi Chen. But I feel like both of them had the idea at that point. It was one of those two that I think I saw. Well, at least at the very least, I've seen one of them posting that they wanted to do it. We'll see though. But that could be really cool. Could be really cool. Dry and something oily. I don't have a frying pan. Chen? I can't fulfill that now for you, can I? I don't think I have anything oily to give to you. Do you want something greasy? I can get you aquatic and sweet. Well, let's try Durani eggs. So can't do sweet, can't do aquatic. Do you like raw? I have to refresh myself on this. You like grilled, but I can't do anything grilled necessarily because I don't have a grilling thing on here, fortunately. Oh well. Let's make tofu then for her. And let's throw in some salmon. Make it aquatic then. But either way, that could be fun. I do think though, like on the more like realistic end, running back Flan would be great. I just need to replace the lights on her and reinforce, you know, the few things that I know could be touched up on, because like the lights were kind of I did kind of screw up a little bit on one end when it came to it. later in, because in my testing, it was working fine enough, but that wasn't stress test. So because of that, I didn't exactly account for how much I'd be adjusting it, especially at the convention itself, and that really did kind of screw me over at the end of the day, unfortunately, when it did, you know, stop working on me to that extent. I mean, half of the lights weren't working on me. Rather, like, yeah, half to 2/3, so it wasn't the biggest loss in the world, but it still was, you know, something to touch up on, because not having half of my lights working when that's the biggest conceit of my own cosplay itself is what I want. Is, you know, the bigger homework to it all. Also, I made crap because I put in aquatic, I put efficient when I didn't put the aquatic attack in. Oops. But on the other side, sorry, I got DM'd by Ein, so I was just messaging him back. But on the other end, I think I'll continue on with my other cosplays for like for Fire Emblem and for Deadlock on that end. I do think that on the side of ribbons, I want to be able to give out the ribbons to fellow cosplayers and anything like that I see, or so just people who call me out. Because on that subject, Sunny, if you're still here, I know I mentioned it to you, for example, and how one idea that was boiling in my mind was how I want to give out ribbons. I know for the Toho cosplayers, I was going to give out something Toho themed, and for Fire Emblem, I was going to give out something relating to Midori and her, you know, being an apothecary. I think I was going to do something along the lines of like printing a green ribbon with the Hoshido symbol that said, you know, a buyer of Mighty Midori's medicines, you know, in theme with her, of course, and all. For Deadlock, I was gonna just sort of put affliction on there, and just have that to laugh about. And I think I did tell it to you, Sunny, but of course, it was way too close, so I never had the chance to do so. But that would be fun, and also, when it comes to it, there's gonna be a lot more people who should hopefully recognize Deadlock cosplays, or other Deadlock should be further on the pipeline on that end, and maybe if Greg Chun's coming to MomoCon, I can just be like, I know who you play. You can't announce it yet, probably due to NDA, but I know who you play. That would be really fun, and that's a good souvenir that I want to be able to hand out to people or so. It'd be just sweet and cool and all. And going back to the whole cosplay said, the photo shoot for Toho was great. I want to touch on that. Same, but also just the fact that I get recognized on all days for every single one of my lineups, especially like that was 8 hours of driving on that Thursday. I just wanted to be able to bum in the arcade, just chill out, have a good time, and not think about anything more. And the fact that I got recognized by you, and I was just kind of like, alright, I need to play on Yeti and de-stress or so, it was the sweetest thing. I still cherish you so much as a friend. I still find it how cursed that you show me your Chiv fan art that you had done. And just, well, this is the start of a wonderfully budding friendship. And the fact that we still get to connect online on this end or so. I'd still love to just run it back and see if I can spot any other Deadlockers when it comes to next time around, next time and so. But we'll see or so. And honestly, we need to play Deadlock sometime then. Or rather, I'm doing Misty's now. I don't know how late you're gonna be up or so. I know that I got tomorrow off, so I'm just chilling. Hey, you want to hang out on stream or so? Only if you're comfortable. If not, then we can just play offline. But you just need to hang in general or so more. Because I want to get to know you at the con. So I need to get to know my friends. I mean, no, we're interacting in the server, but you know, that still is only a snippet enough. Alright. That was a nicer, chiller session or so. When holiday comes around, I still want to do a holiday cosplay. That would be fun. That would be fun, but I don't know how you'd feel about carrying a barrel around on your back. I say when I cosplayed Flan and carried around her wings that were at least 10 pounds or so, and I had to keep adjusting it. And then I cosplayed Pocket, and I had to carry the briefcase and the shotgun around. I mean, that's not as big. But then I cosplayed Midori, which was 20 pounds on my back the entire time. There's a lot to go on.